peace, joy, and fulfillment. These things are things that each and every one of us seek after, we have a longing for. And I think if we are struggling with this, if this is something that we're striving to achieve in our lives, the remedy can be found in the wise words of St. Teresa of Calcutta. This is All That Catholic Stuff. I'm Chris Bray. I think each and every one of us, if we're honest with ourselves, we're all longing for that peace, that joy, that fulfillment. And we see the symptoms of this in our lives, that we're striving for ways to achieve this and to attain this. And I think a lot of the world promises us with different products and things that we can buy. But ultimately, we're longing for a joy that isn't contrived. It isn't just like, oh, good times, and then leaves us empty, but something that is lasting and something that fulfills. Like we're all longing for that, some permanence, that everlasting joy, that fulfillment that no matter how hard we try, and maybe we're trying to achieve it, trying to attain it, and we think to ourselves, man, if I just keep pouring into it, if I just keep trying harder, then eventually the fulfillment will come. Well, Mother Teresa, she had these simple and profound words of advice and encouragement for us for longing to attain it. I recently read The Simple Path, and in it she outlines the way that we can seek after this and find that true Christian joy and fulfillment and peace in our lives. And she says it all begins with the silence, because the fruit of silence is prayer, and the fruit of prayer is faith, and the fruit of faith is love, and the fruit of love is service, and the fruit of service is joy, peace, and fulfillment. And so I think perhaps if we are struggling with this, if we're looking for something in our lives, if we just no matter how hard we try, no matter how many things we buy or accomplish, we just can't seem to derive that true, deep Christian, lasting joy and fulfillment and peace, no matter the circumstance that we find ourselves in, then perhaps we should take after these wise words of Mother Teresa and go back to the beginning, go back to that silence, that sacred silence, because that is where the Lord meets us. Like in Scripture, we're reminded that God speaks in that still small voice. And we are bombarded by chaos and noise and busyness in our culture today. And that's perhaps why Mother Teresa would begin her day in an hour or 2 hours of prayer before the Blessed Sacrament in that sacred silence where she could hear the Lord speaking to her. Where we can pour out our hearts to God in prayer and then also allow Him to speak into ours. And that opportunity of silence is what fosters that prayer, which that prayer is what deepens our faith. And that faith is what stirs us to love and moves us towards service of God and others. And that is where our joy and our peace and our fulfillment are ultimately found. So if that's something that we're struggling with, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to that opportunity, that sacred silence, and allow God to pour into our hearts. I want to invite you to do that with me right now, today, right where you are, no matter the circumstance that you're in. Let's just take 10 seconds and invite Jesus into our hearts.